What's up, SBD Crew? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over the MLB Prize Picks slate for Monday, July 11th. But before we get into the video, if you don't mind dropping a like, I really would appreciate it. It really does help me out. It helps me push this video to more of an audience, and it helps get this video out there to more people that want to see this type of content. Also, if you're not subscribed already, which there's a lot of you that aren't subscribed, please do so. I really would appreciate it, as that helps me out as well. Before we get into the video, though, let's go ahead and recap yesterday's plays. We went 3-1 yesterday, and some of you guys are probably asking, how did we go 3-1 when you only gave out 3 plays and you went 2-1? Well, that's because if you guys don't follow me on Twitter already, you guys are messing up. Yesterday, after I've already put out my video, there was some value that popped up on the Optimizer, and the Optimizer I'm going to be showing you later today. You can use the code in the bottom right when you sign up for the DG Fantasy Optimizer, or you can go to the link in the link in the description and sign up that way and use my code. You'll get $5 off. I'll show you that Optimizer in just a second. But this value popped up on it, and what it had was all sportsbook had him as a favorite at 3.5 to go over his K prop. PrizePicks had him at 3. So there's so much value there to have that push potential, and the sportsbooks already are thinking he's going way over as a betting favorite at 3.5. There's no reason why you shouldn't bet that. I mean, simply letting math take over and listening to Vegas, the guys that make the sharpest lines in the world. So then he easily went over this number, getting, I think, 6 Ks. So I added that to my overall plays, because yesterday I played 4 total MLB plays, went 3-1, so did pretty solid there. But let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so for my first play, I like Max Scherzer under 8 strikeouts. And I know, you're like, Max Scherzer, you want to take his under on strikeouts? Yeah, I do. If we look here, this is the top play on the Optimizer. All the sportsbooks that have odds up right now have him going under 8 strikeouts, or going under 7.5 strikeouts, actually. This is why we're getting the value. This is why the Optimizer is amazing. So they have him going under 7.5, which PrizePicks has given it to us at 8. Given it to us at 8 strikeouts, so we have that push potential. If he does go over that 7.5, which the sportsbooks don't think so. These implied odds of all these sportsbooks put together give this a 61.83% chance to go under 8 strikeouts. So and if you look, Max Scherzer, he's only done it 4 out of 9 times where he's gone over 8 strikeouts. He's going up against Atlanta, who has been pretty strikeout prone, but in the last 17 days they're more middle of the pack rather than being the worst against righties. And I really think he goes under here. At worst, maybe a push, but I like him to go under. The Optimizer likes him to go under, so I'm going to roll with it. My next play is actually going to be a pitcher fantasy score. I like Brad Keller over 21.5 fantasy score. Now, Brad Keller, so he's going up against Detroit, who is a terrible team in general. They overall they rank sixth in Ks against right-handed pitchers. At 24% of the time striking out. WRC plus of 29, which means they're basically the second worst offense in the MLB. And Brad Keller, he's been pretty consistent in his strikeouts, especially over the last 5, with at least 4 strikeouts. And against Detroit this year, 5 strikeouts in each of his 2 outings. And if you look here, his fantasy score, so I looked up fantasy score, FanDuel fantasy score game logs for Brad Keller over this season. So his last game against Detroit, he had 43 fantasy score. And then his second game, the other game where he had 5 Ks, he also had 34 fantasy score right here. So he's went over this number both times against Detroit. And they're also, if we look here on the sportsbook odds for game lines, Kansas City Royals are a betting favorite at -145 to go over. So let's just be a little bit conservative. So let's go here. Let's be a little conservative and just kind of add up what we think this game is going to look like. So let's say he only goes 5 innings, right? So that's 15 fantasy score. Well, let's go with this. Let's say he only gets 4 Ks. He goes under his K prop. So 4 times 3, because you get 3 points for every K, is 12. So then let's say you get 3 points for every inning that's pitched, basically. For every out, you get 1 point, basically. So let's say he goes 5 innings, so plus 15. He's already at 27, right? So he could still give up, a run, and still go over that. So let's go back to 27. So that's 5 innings pitched, 4 Ks. But if he gets the win, like Vegas is basically saying that he's going to get a win, That's +6 right there. And that's with him only going 5 innings. And if you guys look, if you guys look, he's gone 6+ innings in 10 out of his 14 starts this season. So I don't see why he doesn't go 6 innings against the Detroit Tigers today. So even without him going 6 innings, we got 5 just to play. He can give up 3. He can give up 3 earned runs and still be over his fantasy prop. So let alone if you went 6 innings, another 3 for the innings, plus if he gave up 3 or less runs, he gets another 4 for a quality start. I think this number is way too low, especially for a guy that's been crushing it against that team. Okay, so for my next play, I actually like a no runs first inning prop, which is going to be the Phillies versus Cardinals, no runs in the first inning. The Fantasy Optimizer actually really likes this play. They have it at 54%, which no runs first innings aren't going to be super high on this list. Besides, apparently this San Diego Padres Colorado Rockies yes run first inning, they have it at 61%. The yes run first innings sketch me out. I've never made a yes run first inning bet at this moment. I don't believe, at least. They sketched me out a little bit. It is Coors that there's an implied total of 12 on that game. So that's not a bad play if you want to go that route. But I like this Phillies Cardinals no runs first inning. All the sportsbook have it as a betting favorite to go no runs in the first inning, as you can see on the optimizer. If we look here too, no runs in the first inning for Aaron Nola and Mike Mikolas. Aaron Nola is 16-1 in not allowing a run up in the first inning, hitting at 94%. So obviously Aaron Nola is a stud, and we don't expect him to give up many runs at all, let alone in the first inning. Mike Mikolas is 15-2, so just behind Aaron Nola. They give the pitching matchup an 82% probability to hit. Offensively, Philadelphia is 64-21 with not scoring a run in the first inning, and St. Louis is 56-31. So they have a little bit better offense in the first inning, but they're also going up against Aaron Nola. So I like that to go under. So just to recap, Max Scherzer under 8 strikeouts, Brad Keller over 21.5 fantasy score, and Phillies Cardinals no runs in the first inning. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter because I will probably be tweeting out another value play or two that pop up on the board as more lines come in from Vegas. And we're going to try and catch PrizePicks slipping because as Vegas gets information, they change lines. PrizePicks sometimes can't keep up. Let's take advantage of it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Drop a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.